Chad.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Lotus Lounge. It's January 25th, 2024. I'm Chad B. This is Carrie B. We got Kit Kat over here as always, getting in the way. And this week, we have a very special guest with Black Cat Natural Products formulated by Claudia Willard. Welcome, Claudia.
Hi, thank you.
I think you've been on before, but hey, welcome back. And Claudia specializes in natural and organic soaps, essential oils, organic hair care, and facial skincare products. And her products are made with love and care in small batches in beautiful, who said beautiful? No, that must be Carrie. Mentor, Ohio. Sorry, I always have to poke fun at Ohio once in a while.
Oh, it is beautiful though.
Well, it's it's cold there. It's warming here. So, but anyway, today Claudia and Carrie are going to go through and share some of the most common mistakes that people make with their skincare routines. Because we're going to title this week's program is "Stop Doing These 5 Things to Your Skin." So let's listen to the experts. And so, real quick, I'd like to start off by just asking Claudia, what inspired you? I mean, what was the impetus to you deciding to create your own soaps and skincare products?
Well, it actually grew out of a number of years, but basically what happened is I just kind of grew tired of using products that didn't work well for me. Even if I bought it for my skin type, it just there's always something missing, something lacking. My skin felt dry, felt tight, looked dull, looked old, and I just grew dissatisfied. And one day I just thought, this is not that hard. I can do this. And I had been experimenting with various types of moisturizers and creams and such for quite a while, But then, I did some studying. I learned how to make soap and learned how to make actually really good soap and good for your skin. And it's more like there's people who say, even soap makers I have heard say, it's just soap. It's just soap, just add some color to it, throw some scent in, and you're done. But no, I mean, if you add the right things, you are really going to have something that will help improve your skin. And that's why I started making it, because I couldn't really find what I wanted.
Interesting. Yeah, that's simplistic, but profound. I mean, I'm not trying to be eloquent or something, but it really, if you stop and you think, everybody stops and thinks through their own experiences. Mine in particular is like, once you found an actual really quality product like Black Cat soap, it's fantastic. And before I forget, you can find them on our website at Lotus Evolutions. It's a game changer. It really is.
Yes.
You can really just go get your standard bar of soap that you get at the store, get a quality product like what you make with Black Cat soap, and it's night and day. Absolutely. No day
difference. Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. So, no, that's great. That's a great way to start. So, other than that, let's get into my favorite part and holding up fingers. So, who's starting off? Claudia, you're going to do the first thing of stop doing these 5 things to your skin. So, Claudia, you got number 1.
Okay. Well, it's stop using overpowering synthetic scents in your home, in your laundry, and in your skincare products, because number 1, they are harsh chemicals. And there's many of them. It's not just 1 or 2. I mean, there's a whole slew of them. And some are allowed in this country, but yet if you go to Europe, other things are not allowed. And it's a lot to keep track of. But basically, I find that it's best to stay away from them because, for one thing, they're irritating. They can be very irritating to your skin. They can be very irritating to your nasal membranes. And it's just like one more pollutant that you are either breathing in or putting on your body. All right. And I figured the less the better in that case. Um, the the sense also, unless you if you if you if you avoid them, and then when you come in contact with them in the public, you really notice it.
Mm-hmm.
There are, and I don't even know what brand this is, but I have a few friends and acquaintances that they use some type of detergent on their clothing that I can smell it, and it's not pleasant. It's actually very acrid smelling, you know, and I find it an irritant, just like a nasal irritant. So
Yeah.
um, that's one thing. And then there's so many things that are scented that you don't really have to have it scented.
Yeah.
So it's
Well, and that
over.
makes me think of, just I have to laugh because, gee, Carrie and I go for a walk, and she's like, "Oh my God, somebody's got dryer sheets going,"
Oh yes, yes, yes. You can smell
and
that.
it'll drive her nuts. And totally. And something else that came to mind when you were talking was like, I think in recent decades, I'll just say decades, so many of us have gotten used to these scents, these feels. We don't until you understand that, or you feel the difference or notice the difference in the scent or the feel of the products. You're not aware because we've just
Exactly.
gotten used to what we're used to,
Yes, exactly.
and so we're kind of on the forefront of people getting aware, becoming aware of this, and
Hmm.
making changes. Yeah, fantastic. Was there anything else to your first point, or
No, just that good or bad, you can get used to a lot and not even be aware of it, like you said.
yeah?
But once you get away from it and you start selectively um,
Hmm.
caring about what you put in your body, on your body, in your house, in your environment, then you really notice it.
Yeah, on your body.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo. Yeah, awesome. So let's throw it over to Carrie this way for
Yeah.
number two.
Number two is stop mixing your organic natural products with drugstore or department store brands.
Hmm.
And the reason I say this, well, first I'll mention ingredient compatibility.
Hmm.
You're talking about two different sets of ingredients. And how is that producing results or efficacy in your skincare program? And this leads into many organic products work at a certain pH level, and many conventional over-the-counter products work at a different pH level. So you're more inclined to have sensitivities or reactions, and just um, an inefficient type of skincare regimen.
So in other words, you're trying to put some work in, and you're negating some of what you're doing.
Yeah, like you're going like, okay, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 2 steps
Mhm.
forward, 3 steps back, and you're not really getting anywhere with a routine and seeing the results that we want to see in our skincare.
Yeah. Or if you have something, it popped in my head here as you're talking. It's like if something's a potential irritant to you, and just one of those things, and it's probably going to be from the store bought, mass produced brand. All of a sudden, all your other work is sort of you're not. You could be doing a lot of the right things, and then all of a sudden it's for naught.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't smart for pointing that out. Good boy. Okay. Okay. So does that wrap up number two?
That wraps up number two. That's about it.
Okay. So we're on to number three, Claudia. Three.
Me. So, number three is the trend of skinimalism.
Say that fast.
That's a tongue twister.
And I read somewhere that it is a trend, but I think it's been, um, it's kind of getting back to basics. And it seems to me that everything that is known at one point in time, things circle around and things get more complicated and complicated. And then somebody rediscovers, oh, let's get back to basics again, So I think it's somewhat similar to that. But basically, if I can say this right, skinimalism, it just basically means using fewer products, but make sure you use good products. So instead of spending a little bit of money on, on cheaper products, and you got to keep buying other products to try to help the irritation that has come because you have used a cheap product over here, something is not good for you, good for your skin type or whatever. Anyway, you just end up spending a lot of money or wasting a lot of money on products that don't do a good job for you. And things become unnecessarily complicated, I think. And then, then you get allergic reactions and, things start to snowball. So better to use fewer products, but invest in yourself and buy better products. Fewer, but better.
Yeah.
Better quality, better for your skin.
Makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's, it's when if you play, for those that play sports or athletic activities, a lot of times it's like when Carrie, you and I kind of touched on this the other day. Like you lose, if a golfer loses their swing, or a baseball batter kind of loses their eye and is in a batting slump. You got to get back to the fundamentals. A lot of times it's like, okay, break down. Let's get back to, okay, let's rebuild it a little bit, So that makes a lot of sense. Okay. So
yeah, I'll just interject for a minute. I've always told my clients that less is more. Mm-hmm. And I always, if I'm going to start them out on a product, I mean, me personally, it's always a cleanser. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not properly cleansing your skin, none of your treatment products are going to work well if you don't. Does that make sense? So if you're throwing your skin's pH out of whack, mm-hmm. and you're compromising your skin barrier, those targeted products are not going to work well.
Good. Yeah. It's defeating the purpose a little bit. So, okay, great. So are we wrapped up with number 3? Or?
Well, could I interject one thing on that?
Because absolutely.
That ties into something, that I follow as to layer your products. Mm-hmm. You have to start with clean skin so that the products that you put on after you do your cleansing, whether you use an actual cleanser or you use a really good soap like mine, then you should put like a face serum, because then the face serum is designed to to blend in really, really quickly. That's not the right word though, but anyway, and it gives you vitamins and it feeds your skin, but it's light. It just absorbs. That's the word I was looking for. It absorbs quickly, and then after that, the purpose of the serum is to basically feed your skin, and then after that, then you put a moisturizer on, and that helps seal everything and hydrates. At least that's how how I use my products, and that's what I follow.
Good point.
No, that's that is the proper sequence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So okay, let's flip over to number 4. Carrie, you got it.
Okay. Number 4 and number 2 are actually interrelated. But my suggestion is to stop scheduling facials, but not being open to purchase any home care products. And reason being is you get a lot of benefits from a professional facial treatment, but you can undo all those benefits by going home and washing. And I'm just going to throw out an example. Like you go home and you you pick up the Irish Spring or white ivory soap and you cleanse your whole body, including your face, with that. And you just undid everything we did in the treatment room, and you basically wasted your time and money. So be open to at least purchasing a cleanser so you're cleansing correctly, and then build your regimen from there. But the idea is to be open. Your technician, your therapist does not just want to sell you something. No, there is a purpose to following up with home care, because your home care then supports what we do in the treatment room. And, we have to have that give and take, that mutual support. So what you do at home is just as important as what we do in the treatment room when we give you your tune-up, so to speak.
Yeah, that's a good, I've heard it before, and and we'll keep using it, but it's people will spend money on their cars for all the various maintenance, but not themselves. Like you just said, tune-up.
Yes, let's compare it to taking care of your car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, spend the money to fix your brakes, but hey, not take care of yourself.
Who cares about your skin? No.
So, okay, so that was 4. Now it's number 5, and it's Claudia's turn.
Okay, I would say for number 5, simplify your skincare routine. Because if you simplify it, number 1, you'll keep up with it. You're more likely to keep up with it. If you make it too complicated, it's harder to stick with it. But anyway, simplify it by using products that have multiple benefits. That's one thing that I would suggest. For example, like when I use my soap, every bar of soap that I make, I always put clay in it, cosmetic clay. And it serves 2 purposes. It gives me color, so I can get a beautiful pink, yellow, blue, whatever. But every clay has some type of mineral in it. Depends on the color. The different colors will signify different minerals that are in there that is good for your skin, because it will gently exfoliate. And then I also put essential oils in there, and that will gently tone your skin. All right. And I'm not saying don't use like a separate product for exfoliation sometimes, or a separate toner, if you have one that works well for you and you like that. I'm just saying simplify. So I try to get mine down, like my daily stuff, down to just 3 things. The soap, where as I cleanse my face, I'm also exfoliating and I'm toning. And then I use the facial serum, and then I will use a moisturizer. Yeah. That's my basics. That's my daily basics. And also I would say, don't skip. Don't go to bed with your makeup on. Definitely not good for your skin. You'll notice it the next morning.
Yeah. And for people, everybody's different too. So different routines. Some people simplifying can help immensely, like to actually get on a routine. Others who maybe have had a routine or regimen for a little bit can do a little more and stick with it. But people just find what works for them to either get started or keep going. And it becomes who you are and what you do.
Yes.
You think about it as, this is my regimen. This is just what you do.
This is what I do for myself. Plus, it'll save you money, and it will save you extra clutter in your house.
One thing I thought about pointing out too for people is like, both Carrie and Claudia both know what they're doing. So don't just go randomly pick some essential oils or clays or anything to do yourself. I mean, you have to know what you're doing, and they're both pretty well versed and advanced and certified and all this stuff. So stick with professionals. It's important.
Don't do this at home.
Yes.
Don't try this at home.
Try this at home. You hear that, Kit Kat? You're not creating feline soap. So anyway, okay. Well, hey, guess what? We're not stopping at 5. We got a bonus one. Bonus. Okay, Kit, you're gonna have to deal with me. So we got number 6. Carrie, what's our bonus item?
Well, I thought this would be a good way to wrap things up and maybe even elaborate more in the future this topic. I feel pretty, I have strong feelings around this topic, and it's where our business is evolving. Okay. So that last suggestion is stop believing that aging means becoming less attractive. And I'm just going to touch on just a couple points with this. Number 1, I believe that we should honor and embrace our age, because with age comes wisdom. We wouldn't be the people we are today without all those years behind us, right? So let's honor that. I also want to mention like diversifying beauty standards, because not everyone needs to look like Kim Kardashian, right? I mean, like, we all have our own inner beauty. And the third thing I'm going to mention is to build confidence through a healthy lifestyle. And I think when you really start to implement a healthy lifestyle around diet and movement, proper skincare routine is what we're talking about today. Also, good mental health. I think it builds confidence because you have the energy inside and you have the feel good to do those things that you want to do in life. You don't feel low energy. You don't feel like I just don't want to do that or this, and you feel better about yourself. And that's when the true beauty shines through. And that is not temporary beauty. That's long-term beauty. It's never-ending beauty. So this is something that Chad and I will be talking more about in the future. So I'm just setting the stage for that. And that's why it's the last bonus. Stop doing. Stop.
Yeah. Well, what you said made me think. So and more often than not, but some men too. It's women, but you typically think of women doing this, but some men. They're trying to defeat age with toxic products, the fillers, injectables, and all this, and that very well may boomerang on you. You may look a little younger for a bit, but sometimes it starts to look a little funny. You're not, it doesn't match with you. Then we're learning more and more there can be, some effects to your health, So, natural, organic products, alternatives, it's becoming the way to go, and it's going to get more and more prominent. So, yeah. Great. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to wrap up here in a few moments, but Claudia, we went over 6 things. They're very important things. We'll kind of put some stuff on in the post and whatnot, but I want to make sure we know folks that are watching know how to find you, and what's your website? How can they find you? Where do they find you? Besides Mentor, Ohio, if they want to go visit you there.
In beautiful Mentor, Ohio.
Okay, it is beautiful, people. It's beautiful. I'll admit it. So.
Well, you can find me on my website, www.blackcatsoap22.com. Okay. And as well as you can find my products on lotusevolutions.com. Yeah.
That's us. Yay. And by the way, I use your soap, pretty frequently. I alternate between some of our products, including your soap, and it's amazing.
Nice? I mean, your skin feels so nice afterwards, smooth.
Me too. I shave with your soap too, talking about simplification.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or skinimalism.
Skinimalism. Yes.
Symbolism. There, we got it out 3 times and without stumbling too hard.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, anybody have anything to wrap up with, or we got it covered this week? No, we're good. Kit Kat, anything? No, Kit Kat can't take it.
I just want to remind people, like, we always love comments in the chat.
Yeah.
So feel free to ask questions there.
Direct message. Check us out.
Or and you can direct message any one of us. Mom, do you want to? How would people contact you on Facebook?
Oh, Black Cat Naturals. It's BC Naturals.
Black Cat Naturals.
Or
just look, if they do a search on Facebook for Black Cat soap, and just look for
yes,
new in Mentor, Ohio. I mean, that's searching works well. So okay, great. So once again, like our websites right down below me here, lotusevolutions.com. We'll get you connected with Claudia and Black Cat Soap if you like as well. And with that, thank you, everybody. I think our 5 plus bonus 6 points this week for stop doing this to your skin. I think that was pretty important. So anyway, okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye, everybody.